and for still being here this late. My name is João, and on the behalf of Metabotrax, it's a great pleasure to present you a new method to analyze intestinal permeability. Starting with huge facts, there are worldwide 1.9 billion people classified as overweight or obese. Indeed, the world is getting a really heavy place. And the major concern relies on the fact that it's not very well known exactly when, where, and how is the trigger for obesity-related disorders, like cancer, diabetes, and even cardiovascular disease. However, recently it has been established a very strong link between the early development of this kind of disorders with a common to them all physiological parameter, that is intestinal permeability. In fact, many specialists are working on the field, and there are now several scientific research studies showing evident proof for this strong connection. For the case you are not familiar with the concept, our gut is a very well organized structure, and under normal physiological conditions, intestinal wall layer cells present a cohesive arrangement, so particles can be uptaken by very well controlled absorption processes. However, due to factors like diets and even genetics, pathological modifications may occur at this level, causing misarrangements on the cell structure, leading to the rupture of integrity and uncontrolled leakage of contents like bacterial products, pro-inflammatory agents, and even fat precursors to the liver. This picture altogether leads to inflammation, damaging, and metabolic impairment. In fact, being this process the onset for obesity-related disorders, there is a very strong need among healthcare professionals to dispense of effective methods to detect intestinal permeability, and that could be applied under a low-cost and high-throughput manner. This would allow for the treatment of the origin of pathology, resulting in a strong prevention for obesity-related disorders progression. In fact, when we talked to specialists from the clinics, all of them identified to us this very strong need among clinical practice. They are interested and now part of our network. We have a solution, and our solution is about a kit and a quantification service. Our kit contains an aqueous formulation comprising a compound that we can synthesize and that is absolutely non-toxic, so it can be orally administered, reaching the stomach. Here, it is not digested, traveling intact to the intestine. At this stage, it will only reach the blood flow if permeability is compromised. And if so, clearance needs to occur, what is processed by kidney being just necessary to collect a urine sample and analyze it through an advanced technique that to optimize ourselves and that enables us to detect and quantify the compound, which is related with the grade of permeability and linked to the stage of disease. The model of application is itself quite simple. Everything starts with a medical prescription. The patient is submitted to the tests. Our lab will receive the urine sample, quantify it, and give back the final report with the grade of permeability. There are, at the moment, 3 different ways to assess intestinal permeability. Biopsy and imaging are not feasible on a very frequent manner and are very expensive and, in case of biopsy, a very, very invasive technique. Complex sugars tests present several associated side effects, and it is not a very sensitive technique, as in contrary of our technology that is extremely sensitive, being this one of the major advantages that it carries. In fact, when going back to our network, when we presented them specifically with our technology, from a scientific point of view and from a clinical point of view, all of them have shown support and enthusiasm, which is for us a strong motivation and drive to start thinking about what's next. And to do so, we need to look at the market. USA spends annually around $23 billion on in vitro diagnosis testing. And specifically for obesity, the number accounts for 3.7 billion. We predict our customers to be public and private hospitals, specialized clinics for gastroenterology and endocrinology, and as well, screen and prevention health centers. What we need to do to get there is to finish animal studies, what we are close, and then proceed to human trials. Get certification for the product manufacturing, go through the very, very important regulatory barriers, and to achieve a prototype. We also intend to bet on a strong marketing to prepare our market entrance, hopefully happening on 2019. According to our calculations, we predict to need an investment of 5 million euros to drive this project to success, and we intend to pay it back after year 6 upon the early beginning. Our team has been working together for the last 3 years. We know each other very well. Normally we collaborate in different environments, multidisciplinary projects, all related with metabolic disorders research. And it is as a team that we are facing a huge problem, but with our solution that allows for the assessment of intestinal permeability as an early marker for disease, we will allow for the prevention of obesity-related problems progression. Thank you.